Virginia, okay, as a family. So in New York, Michael had a memorial service for Virginia, and John and Gary, and well, Patty,
Chrissy?
Chrissy,
Raymond?
and Raymond, and Vicky?
Yes.
Vicky. Okay. So that, those members of the family gave their impressions of Virginia and talked about it at that service, as did Michael, obviously. So today, we thought we'd have something for the family and talk about Virginia and our remembrances of her as a family. So, but one thing I want to ask, especially the children, if there's anything that you remember about Virginia, what is it?
I remember me pushing the wheelchair down the hallway as fast as I can, and she would always laugh while I did it. And I also remember the talk she would give me, like, about her dancing, I think, and like 9/11 and stuff. I remember that stuff, just having conversations with her.
Mm.
So like,
And she knew a lot of things, didn't she?
yeah.
She really, yeah. Yeah. Virginia was very well informed. But she was also good to talk with. wasn't she? Easy to talk with.
Yeah.
Miguel, do you remember just
Thanks,
one
Reed.
little
Oh, yeah.
thing? One,
Like, you know the park that's next to it?
Riverside Park.
I used to push her down the ramp really fast, maybe a little too fast. And that was always fun.
Bella, you want to tell us
I
something?
remember doing the word games, like where you pick a letter and then you try to say all the words with that letter. With Charlotte and her
Nocturnal creature, as you would call it.
Paula, what was this again, Bella? This was when you were...
when me, Mom, and Virginia, and Charlotte, and one of my friends, I don't remember, we would play a game where like you pick one word, you pick one letter, and you try to say like let's say if I did these, Bella beautifully balances something, whatever, and then like you have to do it with all the same word. We would play that, and then I also remember, like we all went to Central Park, and we got like we put on our scarves on like around our heads or something like that, and we took funny pictures with that.
Okay, good. Anybody else want to talk about it?
Remember when me and Sophia did like Lemonade and Bella, I think, and we did the show for her, and we did Thriller.
Oh, you wore her clothes.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
goodness.
we did like the umbrellas.
Oh,
Yes, I remember
They were just a little big for you, you know?
I remember when we got like her scarf thingies and did belly dancing with them.
Wow, I haven't heard the belly dancing story. Okay, can you still do the belly, can you still do that? Can't do that and I have to have Virginia? Kathy?
Okay, I remember once we came back from that restaurant where if you like when they set your table, like they like put your knife and spoon someplace specific on your napkin, and then like Michael and Virginia, they would just kind of switch it around, and the waiters would come by and like no, and then like start changing it back to what it was.
Okay.
And we would stretch after that and do yoga.
Well, I have a funny story about Virginia in a restaurant. This is many years ago. Is when I first met Lennox, and we went up to meet Virginia. This was 20 some odd years ago. And Virginia said, let's go to this restaurant. So we did. And so they served us dinner, and Virginia ate almost all of the dinner. And she said, I didn't really like this dinner. I mean, I think there's really something wrong with this dinner. So she calls the waiter over and said, you know, there's really something wrong with this dinner. And he said, well, what would you like me to do? Because her plate was just about, he said, well, bring me another dinner.
How much was left on the plate?
I I know, it's just so typical. Anybody else? What other kiddos here?
I'll bring another kid.
Oh, well, wait, okay, after Bo,
Who's that Jesse?
I would say, you know, when I was thinking about Virginia, I didn't really think of any specific memories that just kind of like came up in my mind. But I just remember Virginia being just so happy, even before and after the stroke. And I just thought it was amazing how someone could be just so happy when, like, you know,
Going
just
through it.
tragedy hit and everything could have gone, you know, the opposite way that she wanted it to. And that's, you know, that's kind of what sticks out.
She could have felt sorry for herself.
Yeah, she could have just been like, you know, just in a bad mood, in a state of depression, but she just, no.
Made a choice.
Good observation, Bo.
Thanks, Bo.
Well, the thing that I remember about Virginia is she was always smiling. And that kind of segues on what you were saying, Bo, but if you look at all the pictures that we have, you look at all those pictures, except for that very serious one, that mysterious one that we can't quite figure out. I mean, Virginia always smiles. She's a very happy person. You know, isn't that wonderful to think how happy she was all these years. And as Garrett famously said at my birthday party when I was 70, he wasn't always like that. And you remember that? At my birthday? Yeah. John and so I started talking about me and you guys, well, I wasn't always like that. You remember that? That was funny. Anyway, but I mean, Virginia, you know, none of us are always happy every moment of our lives. And, you know, as her brother, it certainly makes me feel so good about my sister that over the last, say, 20 years or so, when we see most of these pictures, that she's been so happy. And of course, we're so grateful for Michael that over these past 20 plus years, you know, Virginia has been so happy. Take up time, you don't have to. So, that's a memory that I would like everybody to keep in mind about Virginia. I mean, all these things that you just told us are fine, they're good memories, but she was a happy person. And believe me, in life, there's nothing better than being happy and satisfied with your circumstances and so on. And the other thing that I remember writing an email, I had a lot of emails going back and forth, but the other thing about Virginia is really a good lesson for especially you younger guys and gals is after her stroke, Virginia, in a sense, said to herself, I'm going to get over this. I am going to get over this. I'm not going to let this beat me up. I'm not going to let this get the better of me. And she was so courageous. Right, Michael? Wasn't she? I mean,
She never gave up.
Never gave up. I mean, and you know, she and I would talk on the phone, and she would tell me how many steps she was taking. And you know, yesterday I took 2 more steps, 3 more steps. It makes me feel so good. And I used to just break up when I heard her say that. So you know, it's a good lesson that even though you're really down. You know, some of us have been down. All of us in this room have been down. And you guys, you know, you've been up for most of your short lives, you kids. But it's going to happen. Something's going to get you down. And remember Virginia. I mean, Virginia provided so many good examples in so many different ways. And this one, her courageous, consistent behavior of trying to get back to where she was. And she was on her way. You know, she was walking well, wasn't she? Was she really doing well? And you know, whether she ever would have come back 100%, but if she didn't do what she did and tried to conquer this thing, okay, she wouldn't even have been where she got when she died. So I look at Virginia in my life as a blessing. You know, it's hard to say that about people. You know, you meet people all your life, and well, it's nice to have met this person, that person. But for what Virginia did for my kids, and what you think of Virginia, her happiness and that sort of thing, it's really a blessing. You don't see people like that come along in life. So with that, I know that some others want to, oh, go ahead.
Are we gonna open it up?
Oh, yeah, sure,
Awesome.
of course.
Can-
Yeah, I know Walter.
Can like
Mother-
us three girls, can we like go up there and then we'll go one by one up there?
Go for it.
Jesse's leaning on me. Good boy. Wait, what are we doing? One. We're just gonna say things. What?
Do you have your paper, babe?
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Just your family. Where you?
I've had a lot of family members in my life that I love and adore, but Aunt Virginia was very special to me. Whenever we went to New York with my family for Thanksgiving, Michael and Virginia always cooked us out scarves. I remember when we all went to Central Park and we were all acting silly and laughing and putting the scarves around our head. I remember when Virginia, Michael, my mom, and I all went to Sarah Jessica Parker's favorite restaurant in New York, and we saw a lady making the ravioli by hand. I love Aunt Virginia's. Oh wait. I also love doing the word games with Charlotte, my mom, and I. When my mom barfed in New York and had the stomach bug, we all cheered her on, and Aunt Virginia was very caring to her. I always remember the funny jokes that Michael did, and I love Aunt Virginia so much. She meant so much to me, but she's in a much better place now in heaven. I will never forget all the fun and exciting memories we had together. And yeah, that's it.
Good job, baby.
Thank you, Melville.
Very
Bo, will you turn the TV screen off, please? Do you mind?
It will restart.
It'll restart, I think.
Okay, all right.
Sorry if
It's
that's